around 9 years, as long as I've been here, and that little section in Leviticus, that little boring book filled with all God's nasty little laws that even if you were an illogical, secular person, you couldn't show me one that if we applied them, the world wouldn't be a better place. So a secular, logical person can't refute God's laws. Why would the body of believers do it? I don't know. But nevertheless, there's that little section, 44 verses, and it's a blueprint for God's kingdom. Period. 7 feasts. That's what you got. 7. 3 in the spring, 3 in the fall. The 3 spring feasts talk about Yeshua's first coming. Passover, first fruits, and latter first fruits. It's not Shavuot, even though we call it Shavuot. We call it weeks. The Bible calls it Yom HaBikurim, the day of the first fruits. It talks about redemption and revival. That has happened. So why do we celebrate it? I don't know. Ask Yeshua why he celebrated it. When Yeshua said, let's get ready for the Passover, he wasn't just saying it so he could make a statement. He could have made a statement about himself without the Passover. He was actually celebrating the Passover. Go figure. Don't you think in the millennium, when he's ruling and reigning for 1,000 years, when Passover comes around, he's going to celebrate it? Don't you think he's going to sit with his mishpacha and say, hey, me and my father did something incredible 4,400 years ago when we delivered the people, didn't we? Why would you not remember that? Why would you not want to help me? If you don't remember it, your kids won't know it. That's the whole point, to sit them down and teach them. That's your job. And then he's going to say, and then, when I gave my life on Passover, wasn't that amazing? Do you read in Acts 27 when Shaul says that Yom Kippur was upon us, so we should not set sail now? Do you read in 1 Corinthians 5, let us keep the feast, not with wickedness and malice, but with sincerity and truth, with the right heart? What feast do you think he's talking about? All Saints' Day? So a Passover. And in Acts 2, why were they celebrating Yom HaBikurim? And why did they say in Acts, hey, Pete, take it easy. The Gentiles don't know anything, but they'll be coming to synagogue. There was no Methodist church. They'll be coming to synagogue, and they will learn the Torah. They will learn Moshe. What do you think? They're going to learn about his biography, his life? Moshe is synonymous with the ways of God. I'm just telling you, you got ripped off. Says in Ephesians that God, in Yeshua, broke down the middle wall. Did you want the Jewish people to leave God's ways behind and go into the Gentile world? Do you think that's what he meant by the middle wall coming down? The Gentiles were grafted in to the Commonwealth of Israel. It's not a better or less. It's not. If you think as a man you're better than your wife, you're wrong. That was not the system God had set up. A helpmate. They were supposed to be one. And her strengths would be your weaknesses. When people say we're identical, we're perfect for each other, I'm like, no, you're not. If she's just like you and you can't get along with you, how are you going to get along with her? Jew and Gentile is not the issue. Male and female is not the issue. God is the issue, and his ways is the issue. And if God, through Yeshua, broke down the middle wall, and if I was Satan, what do you think I'd want to do? Build the wall back up. And the way I would build the wall back up is first I would vacuum out, suck out everything Jewish. Church fathers, Tertullian, Justin Martyr, all the ones that when you go to seminary, you speak so highly of, they vacuumed it out. Anti-Semitic replacement theologians. Did they have some things down good? Sure, they knew Yeshua. But they sucked out everything Hebraic from the faith. They said, you guys do Hanukkah. We'll do Christmas. You guys celebrate first fruits. We'll do Easter. You guys do Saturday. We'll do Sunday. Yeah. You guys don't touch shrimp. We'll take care of it. Listen, don't you see what he did? Don't you see that it's not an early church father? It's not your pastor or your grandmother. Your enemy doesn't have a social security number. But I'm telling you, he has built the wall back up. And the Messianic movement was rebirth, not birth. It started in the first century with Petey and Jamesy and Maddie and Paulie. Just a bunch of Jews. That's when it started. It resurrected in 67. When Yeshua's prophecy from Luke 21:24 said, when Jerusalem is back in the hands of the Jews, you better toss the baton back, buddy. Because it's coming to them. And hundreds of thousands of Jews got saved in the late 60s. Because a light switch went off in heaven. And he is using the Messianic movement, if they do it right. Do they do it right? Not always. Sometimes their identity becomes their idolatry. I'm not interested in that. I don't have a hard time with my Judaism. It wasn't like I wasn't raised Jewish and I was raised secular and now I'm trying to be super Jew. There is only one super Jew and his name is Yeshua HaMashiach.